Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Saturday as we are inside of this bullish symmetrical triangle, but we've yet to see price action above 61,844. And as you all know, tuned into the Snipers channel, as you approach 70% of a market structure, if that market structure is truly going to fulfill itself, it will typically break out before 70%, heading towards the apex. And so we are heading towards a very critical moment. And notice how we're also seeing the classic signs of a potential move soon with volume at its lowest level since we've started this consolidation inside of this bullish symmetrical triangle. We have a lot of puzzle pieces to talk about today, with Bitcoin also currently below its monthly open with today's daily candle and the Fed's announcing the tapering away of asset purchases this month. The DXY has moved to new yearly highs closing the week. This is a very important time for the Bitcoin price. And so I wanted to ensure that we had all of the major market structural levels drawn out here, because you guys know when it comes to trading, it's all about number one, market structure, number two, price action, which is volume, number three, the overall trend. And when we look at the all-time high that was formed here on April 14th, and then the higher high that was recently formed, we also have this potential area of resistance at 67,000, that if Bitcoin were to break out of the symmetrical triangle, we would have to face this resistance level. Now, what are the early hints that we are going to be seeing this bullish symmetrical triangle play out to the upside? Well, of course, the 70% rule is what we're going to continue to watch here over the next few days on the Snipers channel. But more importantly, what I'd like to address is if we take the base of the triangle and look at the potential target, notice how this would potentially break out towards the $72,000 level if we were to see price action to the upside. And so not only do we know that there's some resistance here at 67,000, but if this bullish symmetrical triangle starts to move above 61,844 as it heads towards the 70% mark, then we can also assume that not only will we come to 67,000, but 72,000 could come on the table before seeing potential retest of a previous resistance as support. And so for the bullish case, that's certainly on the table. Now, here's for the bears. If we were to look at the 70% mark and see price action towards the 80 to 90% heading into the apex of this bullish symmetrical triangle, then the bearish case would become more likely. And that means that this market structural pattern could potentially fail if we surpass that 70% mark. And with extremely low volume right now, the lowest that we've ever seen inside of this consolidation that Bitcoin has recently started after forming this new all-time high, I think that it's going to be very important to watch the price action at 61,844 over the next few days, because we know that's also a major level of accumulation and volume. And being below it right now fully with our daily candle is obviously not a strong sign, but we still have some ways to go here inside of this consolidation. And so this could certainly change at any time. And so 61,844 has certainly been exhausted. That's for sure, as we've been moving above and below it for a long time now. And it's obviously an important level due to that. And when we look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, I do want to address here the fact that the total market cap is actually above the weekly and monthly open. And so how could that be with Bitcoin below its monthly open? Well, it seems like altcoins over the last few weeks have seen the benefits of Bitcoin's consolidation, with this chart factoring altcoins outside of Ethereum and Bitcoin moving to the upside over the last few days, probably even the last 2 weeks. And the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, of course, being the leading indicator, also showing strength over the last few weeks. That's a very big puzzle piece when it comes to the total market cap and how altcoins are potentially performing. But it could also be a big puzzle piece as to whether or not this cycle has more room to go to the upside, and not just for the total market cap, but also for Bitcoin. Because if altcoins are showing strength, that's a very positive thing. Now, what I'm waiting for here is if we go to this chart that factors in the altcoins outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, the question at this point is, how strong can we move above this 50-day moving average that we're currently testing? Because due to the fact that we're seeing strength with these altcoins, Bitcoin dominance has been sitting below its major moving averages. And so that right there has also been a major puzzle piece. With Bitcoin dominance moving to the downside, that's actually a positive thing for the overall market. Notice how throughout the whole bull cycle in 2020, we pretty much saw Bitcoin dominance move to the downside, and that initiated a lot of capital also flowing into altcoins at some point. And so we really want to start monitoring Bitcoin dominance in the altcoin markets because that could give us a leading indicator as to the continuation of this cycle. I'm going to look at the DXY since Sunday is coming up tomorrow and we'll see futures markets open. But I do want to address here with the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. We did have this very bearish tail 3 days ago on a daily candle. And since then, we've yet to try to get back above and test these levels. We want to monitor this chart as well as a leading indicator for the altcoins outside of Ethereum. And the Ethereum to US dollar price, of course, can follow Bitcoin, but it is below a major support that it actually held for a day or two on the 3rd and 4th of November, but now we're back below this level. So this is a very big puzzle piece of at least showing some weakness right now with Ethereum's price. That's probably because Bitcoin's below 61,844. That could certainly change if Bitcoin gets back above 62,000 US dollars. And so all eyes are on Bitcoin with low volume. It's going to be very interesting to see how the bulls and the bears battle. And then with the DXY, we do want to address closing the week with new yearly highs. This is going to be a big deal as we see traditional markets open, and being a 4-dimensional channel here on the Snipers channel will definitely cover the DXY, the effects that it has on the S&P 500, because the S&P 500 did close with a wick, so that's a puzzle piece, and we want to continue to watch the effects of the US dollar strength on traditional markets because that could certainly also translate into the crypto market. And I do want to talk about this gold to Bitcoin chart before we close out, because this is also a huge confirmation puzzle that we've yet to get a full puzzle piece from. And the biggest puzzle piece that we're waiting for is to see whether or not we're going to form new lows here, because this would confirm further strength for Bitcoin. But if we move back to the 50-day moving average, that's going to confirm some weakness, because as you guys know, I've been tuned into this channel for quite some time. And if you haven't been, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We predicted the Bitcoin short-term April 14th top when we first moved towards the 50-day moving average on this gold to Bitcoin chart. So that's why I'd like to watch this right now with Bitcoin potentially ready to continue to price discovery. We want to continue to monitor how much gas is in the tank if that happens and when that happens. And if it happens with this consolidation period, that would be the best case scenario, of course. The faster, the better for all of those in the cryptocurrency market. And by the way, for those inside of our Discord group, the #1 cryptocurrency trading community in the world, Uriel07 posting some of his thoughts and a lot of discussions on Bitcoin's price right now. Uriel actually just said, could be this weekend or next week. I see blood clumping. I would be careful on altcoins, but I'm not betting on new all-time high on Bitcoin next week or two. So that sounds like a bearish puzzle piece. But of course, these are all just opinions. Very interesting stuff. A lot of bullishness too. You can see here, we've got people drawing out potential Elliott wave targets here for the total market cap reaching almost 8.7 trillion. I love seeing the analysis on the Discord. It's nice coming from an analyst myself, because we all have our own different charts, our own different indicators. So we have the #1 Discord community in the world. You all know that. And I think we covered every coin already, so that's perfect. So I'm here in Tulum, Mexico, and this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of the day, hit my workout, and it's gonna be interesting to watch Bitcoin here at the $61,800 level. We know that's the major level. We also know we're inside of this bullish symmetrical triangle, so let's see if we can break out of it. And with that, thank you all for tuning into the Snipers channel today. I hope you have a great Sunday, and until next time, Snipers out.